One of the things that sets clubs apart from other kinds of nonprofit groups is their relationship to a central institution, the school and the student union. Most nonprofits don't have that kind of relationship to one single or two institutions. More importantly, your whole target audience, your potential members, are also united by their relationship to this central institution. So figuring out how to leverage the resources and tools of these central institutions, your school and your student union, is the best way to have the widest impact on your audience while using the fewest resources. And by the way, your student union and school wants you to use their resources and tools. It's part of their mission. Right? So how to do this? Well, firstly, get to know your school and student union's policies. Right? These policies are not just dead letter bureaucracy, red tape to keep you from doing what you want to do. They are vital ways to make the space work for everybody, including you, and they're very helpful for planning. So for example, knowing how long posters can stay up. If it's 2 weeks, you can build that into your action plan. Knowing what languages they have to be in. Does it have to be bilingual or can it be just in English? Is vital when it comes to recruiting the right people, writing the right job descriptions for who is your VP marketing or who's your promotional volunteer, etc. So get to know these policies well ahead of time and build it into all of your marketing plans. How to do this? Well, very often they're online, but the thing to do is to look around the school, figure out what spaces you want to use, and ask the question, who's responsible for this space? Is it the student union? Is it a specific faculty? Is it the school's events and marketing department? Who is it? Ask that question, figure it out, then either go to their website or don't be shy, walk into their office and just ask. I see you have posters up. What are the requirements for those posters? How far in advance do you need them? Is there a stamp or can we just put them up? I see you have flyers there. Do I give these flyers to you? Etc. Right? It's a great way to build relationships with precisely the people who are most important to help you get the word out. So that's number one, get to know their policies. Number two, listservs, newsletters, calendars, these are your best friends. So get to know them. Right? The faculties, the departments, the research institutes, the student unions, the clubs, whatever, that already have a list, the student newspapers that already have a list, they're a list of people who are already interested in things that might be relevant to your club or club event. So for example, the history department, it's a group of people who they're so interested in history, they decided to take a degree in it. Right? So naturally, your history event it may very well be of interest to them. They're the people to talk to. Okay? So how do you get on a listserv? Well, send them an email, and I've included a link below if you've never written such an email, a link below of what goes into such emails. Send an email to the secretary of the department, the administrative coordinator, whoever might be responsible for the listserv, the email that you want them to send out. Don't send them an email saying, can I send you an email for your listserv, or how do I get on your listserv, or whatever. Send them the email you want them to send out, because then all they have to do is click forward. That's it. They're very busy. So you want to make it as easy as possible for them to spread the word. Include answers to all the questions that the recipients on the other side are going to ask. Where, when, what, why, who, you get the picture, right? We've all received these kinds of emails, but just for convenience, I've sent you a link below of what kind of thing goes into these emails. So that's listservs. Same thing for calendars. Figure out what the template is. Is there an automated form? Is there some place to submit it? Do you need a student number? Is one of our members in that faculty, etc. Figure out all these places to go and post it up there. Have a running list of it so that you're not doing this for every single event, reinventing and rediscovering the wheel. Have a database for your marketing persons. Just go and just tick them all off. Great, that's number two. Number three, and this is very specific to campus clubs, classes are still the best captive audience. We've all been there. It can be very annoying at the beginning of a lecture. Somebody comes in, they have a 30-second pitch, they have a minute pitch. You're just annoyed you have to be at this 8:30 class. All right, whatever. But the fact is, if you choose the class right, if you send the right people, if you have the right message, this can be one of the best face-to-face, in-person ways to get your message out there to the widest audience. So how do you do that? Well, only pick the classes that are relevant. So if you're a curling club, don't really go to the psychology classes and whatever the criminology classes, right? Go to the classes that are likely to have something to do with curling. Maybe a kinesiology class in Canadian sports, maybe a Canadian studies class, right? These are people who are already likely, possibly might have an interest in what you're doing. So you're not wasting your time and you're not wasting their time, right? But how you figure this out? The same process you use to register for your courses is a great process to figure out what the relevant classes are and figure out what those times are so that you can make a schedule and divvy up the work among your volunteers. Great. So you had a list of all these classes. Then what do you do? So, well, you go there and you ask the professor, can I present? It's very important to have permission. You then want to have a 30-second pitch in which you answer the following questions. Who are you? Right? What is it you want me to do? Right? Why? Why should I do it? I'm busy. I've got so many other things. Why should I do this thing you want me to do? And all right, fine, you've convinced me. What do I do now? You have to answer those questions very quickly or else people will lose interest, they'll tune you out, they've got a million other things going on. But if you can answer it very quickly, make sure to have the materials ready, the sign-up sheet, the poster card, whatever, for an immediate follow-up to give them something to take away, or it'll just fall through the cracks. The key is to be polite, energetic, and sincere. Not everyone can do that, right? So make sure you're sending the right people who are genuinely polite, energetic, and sincere. Sending someone who doesn't meet these three criteria is easily worse than sending nobody at all. If you can do just a few of these things, you'll be infinitely more effective than you would have been otherwise in promoting your club.